So for today's project, what we're going to be working on is upgrading the turn signal lights to LED. Now, originally when I was wanting to upgrade the turn signal lights, I'd mainly just focus on a bulb style that I liked or how I wanted it to look and was it compatible. And in doing that, I found these particular lights on Amazon. They were $100 at the time, and they are a very nice LED bulb. I really like the way that they look, and the reason why I like the way that they look is because they're a fully diffused LED. There's an internal housing that makes it so you don't see any of the individual LEDs, and then there's a smoked housing that you see externally. So it has a really nice modern aesthetic that I want. Now, there's a couple different styles when it comes to LED turn signals. You can have like single bulb that you just plug and play, or it's the factory OEM, but they are on the cheaper end. And then you also have some that don't have the fully diffused housing, that kind of just look very pixelated. And I didn't really want those. So I knew that I wanted this style. I ordered it, showed it was compatible. Great. Unfortunately, when I tried to install these, I ran into a problem, and that is learning about 1156 versus 1157 style connectors when it comes to Harley's turn signals. In that 1156, which I'll call 56 for short, is a single point of contact connector that has the ability to just become a turn signal, a simple off and on function, versus 1157, which I'll call 57 from now on, which has two prong connectors. And the reason why you have that additional prong is so that way you have the ability for things like running lights and one additional feature function. The reason why this turn signal kit showed up as compatible with my bike is because the fronts of my bike have 1157, but the rears have 1156. I didn't know that at the time. So, in learning about that, there's two things we can do from here. I can either, one, figure out a way to make the 1157 style bulbs work in the rear, or two, just buy a different set of bulbs that would be plug and play out of the box. After doing some more research, really the only bulbs that are 1156 compatible out of the box are the pixelated or single bulb, and not really the look that I'm wanting. So we're going to go with option two, and we're going to figure out a way to make it work. Now there's two paths that we can do to try and make these 57 style connectors work in the rear that natively come as 56. We can either A, drill a hole in the bulb here, run a wire from the rear turn signal to the wiring harness, and essentially like upgrade these to 57 style. The problem with that is twofold. One, that's a little bit out of my comfort zone as far as mechanical learning. And two, when I purchased this bike, I went ahead and got the extended warranty because at the time I had never even changed oil or spark plugs, let alone knew that I was not going to be the one to tear apart an engine and transmission or primary cover if something happened. So I got an extended warranty. And if I drill holes in the back of my turn signals and run additional wiring, if I have to make a wiring claim because there's electrical runs, it gets really easy to deny warranty claims, even if I caused it or not. So we're not going to go that route. The route that we are going to be doing is this. We're going to be retrofitting the turn signals to have 1156 style connectors. And that on Amazon, you can actually buy single socket 56 retrofit connectors. They're readily made. So we're going to be trying to cut the ends off of this, splice these on here, and see if we can get them all to work. Let's go on and get it together. Okay, so we're set up over here kind of on our workbench. We're trying to do these connectors. So this is a shot of what needs to go in and connect. And this is a shot of the 57 style connectors. As you see, single versus dual, and we're going to be trying to kind of retrofit these bulbs. Now, just based on the coloring, black is pretty universally ground, and there's a good chance we just need to connect the reds to the reds, and then ideally this will be plug and play. But on the off chance, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect the black ground cables, and then we're going to touch the wires here while they're connected to the bike to both the red and the yellow, and just kind of confirm which one I actually need. Kind of a measure twice and cut once type of scenario. Then these come nicely pre-stripped. It's kind of a lot of cable. I'm actually gonna kind of cut this down a bit. So don't need that much. Worst case scenario, we'll make another splice later. Okay, so now that we have one of our turn signals kind of ready for testing, we need to go and remove the old bulb here. And to do that, all you need is a flathead screwdriver, and then on these covers, there's a notch right here. And you don't have to pry, you don't do a prying motion, you just twist it slightly. Pops right out, very gentle. So we set that aside. We have our rigged up turn signal here. And take the bulb out, just press in, twist it counterclockwise, and it pops right out. Now we take our retrofit ones. There, and now it's in. So now all we have to do is test which of these wires is what we correctly need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the turn signal, and we're just going to connect the wires, see which one it likes, and then we're going to permanently jack it. It was yellow. So as you can see here, got our grounds connected. Nothing going red. It was yellow. And I was thinking it was going to be red this whole time. Alright, now that we know how it's supposed to be connected and what wires to use, we're going to go ahead and set up the second turn signal here. Great. So now we have our cables connected. Now I know in an ideal world, I would actually should have probably shortened this power one down and then put the connector here and stagger them, but yeah, whatever. Now we just got a heat shrink it. Great. So now we'll just go ahead and move our side here. Great, so now all we have to do, plug it in, and we should be golden. Let's take a look at that finish now. Hey, will you look at that? Left and right are working. Great. On to the next project.